Hey guys, what's up? This is Brando with Street Freaks Garage. Tim's gone today. He's doing something else right now. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. He told me, but I wasn't really paying attention. So I'm gonna go over with some Mustang parts we got sitting here on the table. I got it all sorted out kind of halfway, so I'm gonna go through, show you guys what we got. Full brand new front suspension, so let's see what we got. So I'm gonna start out with, the fanciness. That's about a 1-inch drop coil spring, if I remember right. Those nice shiny bad boys. Personally, I prefer the drop springs because that way you're not taking them out, cutting them, putting them all back together. It's just, it's a hassle that doesn't need to be, that you don't have to go through. I don't think they were that expensive anyway, I don't think they're typically ever that expensive, but, we got a lower control arm here. All Moog. We run all Moog for everything, for all of our joints and everything, except our shocks. Our shocks run a couple different brands. Excuse me. We got our camber bolt here. Okay, for those of you who don't know, when you go to get an alignment, these are what adjust your camera. So these are going to sit in little slots, and it's going to push or pull that lower control arm to get your wheel sitting straight so you're not having uneven wear on them tires. Alright, I'm going all over the place. So here you can see we started mocking this up to get it up in the car. We got our lower control arm bolted to our spindle from our disc brake conversion kit. Just got that nut started on there for now, all that good stuff. We'll show you that. We're going to show you as we do the whole front suspension. We're going to take you guys along with us. We got a transmission filter kit, because who knows if it's ever had one, so we're going to do one. We got a couple miscellaneous electrical things there. Not going to cover that right now. That's right, you saw it. We got the Gabriel hijackers, because you got to have those on your '69 Mustang. Haha. All right, over here we got brand new inner outer tie rods with sleeves. Let me go ahead and open these, because I didn't open them yet. I did the right thing and waited. Okay, so this is the adjuster sleeve for the tie rod. One end's left-handed thread, the other side's right-handed thread, so when they go together you can adjust it and it'll lengthen or shorten itself, all that good stuff. What's in here? Not even sure. Oh, we got our new sway bar bushings, as you can see. Came with new brackets and everything. Get rid of that, we don't need that. New brackets, new bushings, all that good stuff. Let me see what else we got in here, because honestly I can't remember. There we go. Another adjusting sleeve. We'll toss that, we don't need that. Don't need boxes to install parts, right? And this should be the, make sure. This should be an outer tie rod. Yep, this is an outer. We got a little spot for a grease cert, lock nut, cotter pin, all that good stuff. More tie rods. Alright, so you can see we got our outers. These are the inners. The innards. If you ever drank Mountain Dew, it'll tickle your innards. Yep, same thing. They're pretty small. I mean, nothing special. Tie rods. Got our sway bar links here. We haven't opened those yet because we're not close to that yet. Still got to get a couple of things done to it. We got our shocks. I think KYB shocks for the fronts. Heard good things about them, so we figured we'd give them a shot. Let's see what color these are. I didn't even open this stuff yet. You guys are... Oh, look at that. They're black. Oh, those are nice. Look at those bad boys. Those look good in there. All black. Black front suspension. Black coil springs. And these are the upper control arms. Here, let me open that up there. There we go. Oh, you can see we get to... Oh, well, that's nice. I painted those bolts for no reason. Come with nuts, too. This is why you check your parts, guys, before you start, painting your stuff and cleaning it up. This is why you check it. Right here is where your mount bolts to hold your coil spring. You'll see that in the video. I'm gonna do that. You got your 2 grease certs. This thing got 2 grease certs? Wow. Then it came with 2 extras. You never got enough grease certs. You never know how many of those you're gonna need. So you got both upper control arms, both lowers. I already put the idler on. I did that a while ago. But yeah, I mean, that's all of it in a nutshell. Inner and outer tie rods, shocks, coil springs, upper and lower control arms, sway bar links, sway bar bushings, all that good stuff. So it's gonna be just handle way better than a '69 Mustang ever did, and should stop better, because disc brakes. But so that's the parts list for now. You never know what we're gonna run into. Might have to custom fab some lines. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna go ahead and take you guys along as we do this entire front suspension from the time we start putting it back together to the time we finish it. So we already took it all out. That was kind of a thing, you know, we didn't get to film it like we wanted to, but you know, stuff happens, so. Working on the Mustang front suspension. As you can see, there's no suspension in it at all. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take you guys through the process of that, of how we're gonna do this. All right, so I got the lower control arm first. This is how I like to start with the lower. So we're gonna take our lower control arm and got our camber bolt. I gotta do the alignment on this, so I'm trying to figure out which would be easiest for me. But as you can tell, it's gonna go in. They're gonna go together. There's the washer and bolt that are welded together. Then you're gonna take your other big washer, and it's got a groove in it right there, so it can only go on one way. Slide that on there. Take your lock washer over that, and then your nut, and then, you know, tighten it down. But I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these down because I think this is gonna be driven for me to do the alignment, but I'm not sure yet, so we're probably just gonna keep everything nice and loose. So we're gonna slide it in, wiggle it in through there. There'll be a plate in here. We're gonna stick our bolt in the hole. Turn it, get it lined up. There we go. I'll get a light in a second and show you guys when I get this camera bolt all in place so you can see how it is. I'm going to take you guys in here and show you what I did real fast. So what we did was we took, let me tilt this down a little bit so you can see. There's a camber bolt right there. She is. All right. So see how that's going to go in these brackets there, and then as you turn that bolt, it's going to pivot and it's going to push or pull that control arm anyway you want. I got it all the way out right now because, you know, that's just the way it is. But yeah, so both sides have to be that way. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now we get to our spindle. Take our spindle, and the tie rods go on the back. So the spindle's going to go on just like this. Take our nut, start it. I like to get my uppers and lowers and all that started before I go through and tighten everything down. That way, you can maneuver it the way you need to get it all put back together. So I'm not going to tighten this down or tighten that down until I get the upper in place and get the upper ball joint in there and get that started. We go grab that upper control arm, we'll get that poked in there. Not a bad idea to get a tray out to put all your grease certs in and cotter pins as you go. So we got our upper control arm. The new one came with bolts already in it because they're pressed in. So you have to keep your nuts and your lock washers from the original or go get new ones. Either way, you have to supply the nuts and washers. This one didn't. This is a Moog. So another brand one might supply the nuts. Oh, I cannot keep that nut in my hand. This is going to go right into here, like so. There it goes. Okay. And then all this stuff is going to come up and connect. All right, so bear with me. I'm going to get those nuts started on the other side. All right, so as you can see, right down there, you can see the nuts sticking out. That's where the upper control arm pokes through. That's where you got to start your nuts. This car has headers on it, so it's a little bit more of a pain in the butt to get to. If your car has manifolds on it, might not be too bad. So go ahead and set you back down in here. I'll try to use the light more, that way you guys can see better. I'm gonna get those bolts on the back tightened up back there. All right. Got those tightened up. You got to use a wrench if you got headers, I guess, because that's the only way it was letting me do it. So perfect. Look at that. And it moves fairly easy. All right. So now we're gonna take our ball joint here, connect down here, like so. I've got it cambered out too far. Let me just adjust that real fast. Ooh. Okay. Oh, so. Look at that. That's simple. That's all you gotta do. So it's gonna be so once you get this one started right here, let me turn this, you can see what I'm doing. So right here, when this one started, this is gonna pivot. So it doesn't line up, you might have to turn it and get it set just right to get it lined up with this top one. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten these up once we get everything else put in place. My advice to you guys, anytime you're doing anything like this, save your tie rods for last and or do them first, either way, but do not hook them up. This way, if you got to turn this, like if I got to turn this to get in here, I can turn it. If I got to turn this, do this over here. That way you're not turning the whole wheel. It's just harder to turn it that way. Just make it easier on yourself. Just leave the tie rods and stuff disconnected for the time being. It'll make your life easier, I promise. Got a spring mount put in, and we're going to install those 1-inch drop springs and see how those things look. Alright, so next we're going to do our spring mount. There's 2 holes up here. Set it over the top of the holes, drop the bolts down from the top. That one started. Nut. Get that on. Another nut and bolt. And if you need to pivot this, I had to pivot this one. 3/8 extensions fit perfectly in there. Just grab it, turn it, set it back down. Should be a little flush. We get our spring in there. It'll sit good. All right, just gotta get our nuts. Ours are 2 9/16. One up top, one up bottom. We're changing our nuts and bolts. Ours broke coming out, so we got new nuts and bolts for it. All right. So now I can lock onto it and pull it if I need to. Pull it. That's all you gotta do. All right. Next we got the spring. Being 1-inch drop springs, we may not have to compress these. I'm not positive. Yep. Not much though. Compress them a little bit to get them up there, but I hate playing with coil springs. Let's get these bad boys compressed. Okay, guys. So I didn't plan on this happening so fast. So what I did was I disconnected the spindle here from the upper control arm. So I let the upper control arm hang all the way down so it was bottomed out completely. And with the 1-inch drop spring, I clocked it in right here. So there's that spot back there, that little lip where it clocks in. I locked that in down there and I literally just pushed a little bit down. I pulled down a little bit on the top and it literally went and popped right in. So I didn't even need the tool at all because with it being a 1-inch drop spring, it just, I mean, there was just enough tension off it. Short enough, it just went right in. So then from there, I took the lower control arm with the spindle. I grabbed it by the knuckle right here and I pulled up. And I grabbed the ball joint and I pulled the ball joint out a little bit. And I got it all just to go right back together. And then I lifted up and so I can start my nut on this now. Just like that, right there. So yeah, at least that's how I was able to do it. I wish I could have got it on video, but I honestly didn't plan on it happening that fast. It just kind of like fell together. So I would rather not take it apart, you know, because might not get that lucky on the other side. So yeah, so far so good. 1-inch drop springs so far made a really easy installation. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna complain. So we're gonna keep going. I just gotta grab some more parts. Next, we're gonna start on our tie rods. So I got our inner tie rod right here. The part numbers for the right and left are the same, so there's no difference. You can see it's got a little factory bend to it. So this is the inner, this is the outer, and this bag here is our adjuster sleeves. I'll show you how to do all that. So let's just get the inner put on. So we're gonna slide our, I like to wait to put all my grease zerks and cotter pins in until I get everything assembled. I just go through, tighten everything up, one shot. There, there's that. Now we get out our adjuster sleeve package. Dump all that out right here. So if you've never seen one of these before, they work. One end's right hand thread, one hand's left hand thread. Take our tie rod end, take our adjuster sleeve, and start threading them together. There we go. Personally, I go about halfway. That's how I like to do it. You can typically eyeball. This is going to be your toe adjustment. Anyway, so we're going to take these, let me just go ahead and get these started. Take this little clamp here, pull off this nut here, like so. Take the bolt out, and these slide over the ends. So actually, I got to unthread this off because I didn't slide it over the end before I started. It's going to slide over just like that. New tie rod end, and we can get that stuck on here. If I get this all together, I'll bring you in and give you a better look at it all. Always make sure that these go the same way when you get done. The bolts and nuts are on the same side. Makes the alignment, whoever's gonna do your alignment, easier. Like, they'll love you for it. Sometimes you take a soft hammer, hit it right there. Soft one though. Do not hit it with a hard one. You mess up the threads and then you'll be out of tie rod. So as you can see, stuck our tie rod on like this. Our inner comes into our sleeve, which has our collars on it. And then from the sleeve we have the outer. The outer's gonna go right up in our knuckle, just like that. But all the way through, and we'll put the nut on it. So put my nut on here so I don't lose it. Move this grease pin and this cotter pin and all that good stuff. There you go. We're gonna go ahead and install our caliper brackets. Go ahead and get started on this disc brake conversion part of things. Go ahead and there's two different length bolts. This one goes through here like so, and this one's gonna go through there like so and bolt on just like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get our thread locker out. Came with the kit, put a little bit of medium thread locker on these because you know you want these to be able to be taken off if they have to. So at least I'm gonna use medium. So we're gonna take our bracket, put our bracket up here like so. Get these bolts started. There's two different sizes. The bottom one's a 5/8, top one's a 3/4. Why they just didn't make them the same size, I don't know. Alright, caliper brackets on. I think that's how it goes. There's really no other way for these to go on, so they kind of have to only go on one way. Anyway, so we're gonna go over to the other side and do the same exact thing. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and install this backing plate now. It's gonna sit on there like so. These only go on one side at a time, and then this. Okay. Brain fart there for a second. The plastic looked like a gasket almost, but I knew it wasn't. It was kind of like, I wonder if this goes over here, but okay, there we go. We'll take our socket. I think it's that one. Tighten all these up now. Gonna be a 1/2 inch. Tighten these up. Backing plates are installed, so now we gotta do the same thing the other side.
We got the disc brake conversion kit for the
Disgusting.
and we're going through this kit, and quite frankly, we're thinking we kind of sort of got it figured out.
It seems pretty straightforward for the most part. Just like your lines like this.
There's no rush for them.
You got they're flex lines. So these ones are gonna move.
That's why they're called flex lines.
Yeah, whatever. And so these ones move, but they got a coating on them, so your braided steel won't pop out. So that's nice. But that's why you can make your sharper bends and stuff like that. So we gotta figure out where these go because they got two different size fittings on each end. So
analogy is those are pretty nice.
I like them.
They're nice.
I would put these on my car.
They're nice. Very nice. So a lot of stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and slap you on the stick. Oops, what is that thing for?
Well, this job just got 15 times.
Okay. Why? What's going on?
Now I got these, and I got to figure out where these go. These probably go to these fittings that are too big.
Yep.
So this is gonna be.
So if you guys know out there, you can let us know. But chances are we'll probably already have it on by the time you let us know.
These are really nice though. These are the same thing.
Yep, those are nice lines.
Nice and see, they don't kink.
Flexible, you gotta worry about it. Those are sweet. Good. So he or they who.
Don't kink.
Boy. You're disgusting.
My bad.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go through the rest of it here. But all right, what do we got here? A couple more lines.
Yeah, this is another line. There's another one over there. If you want to hand it to me.
I guess we should first of all say what the brand of this kit is. It's
CSRP. That's all it says.
CSRP is a brand of the kit.
Assuming it's some kind of classic street rod performance.
Yeah, something like that. So what did you need?
There's another line over there, which is similar to this one.
Right here.
Basically, I just gonna figure out the routing of these lines because two of these lines goes from the master cylinder to the portioning valve, and just find out when you get it on the car. But, I mean, that's
where the other one goes.
Yep.
Connect the dots.
Basically, this is your master cylinder bleeding kit and your adjustable push rods. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that'll be nice. So to be able to do it, outside. Well, you can do it on the bench too. So
we got the adjustable push rod along with the adjustable portioning valve. So this is gonna be fun. you know, playing with your adjustments for days.
Yep.
Increase.
Just getting it set
decrease,
right to where you want it.
Exactly. Then you got this plate, which came with this. So one would think, you know, this goes like this or like this, one way or the other. But yet again, you're not going to know until it goes in the car.
Certainly looks like it. That's the mounting bracket for it, I'd say.
And it appears it goes. Whoop.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yep, and then it mounts right on the bottom. There's a portion valve goes right on the bottom.
So I got to, but, you know, stuff like that you're not going to figure out until you get it on the car.
Nice master.
It is. It's going to be painted, but it's nice.
Yeah. Okay, what else you got? Oh, the calipers come pre-painted.
Yep, we got calipers. The other one's in the bag, and I'm not going to pull it out of the bag. So
Left and right. There's the name right there.
Yep, CSRP.
We'll
The
flip
best
it
way
around
to
so
tell.
No, that must see the name.
It's CSRP.
Yeah, there you go. CSRP, good. And that's all over the boxes. Everything that came in.
The easiest way to tell what side your caliper goes on, because they're not labeled, left and right, is if you hold it up there, like if you know it goes in the front, you look where the bleeder goes. The bleeder is always supposed to be at the top. So if you put it on and your bleeder's down here, it's wrong. The bleeder has to always be up to the top because the air goes to the top. So we got that. And then these are your dust shields that are gonna go
just like that.
Yeah. No, I have it like this.
Yeah, there
just
you
like
go.
that. They slide up. This isn't the right one for this one, but you know, they slide up and
Get the idea.
keep the dust off it.
Good deal.
We got those.
A lot of parts with this kit.
Yeah, and these are your brackets. These bolt to the spindle. These are what so your caliper can bolt on. I don't remember. I think it's these two holes are the ones.
And those brackets came painted. The calipers came painted. The only thing you got to paint's the master and the spindles, and we'll get to those in a minute.
Your copper washers for your brake hoses.
Yeah.
Your other bracket.
So,
Your bearings and seals. And, oh, hello. Inners and outers with your wheel seals. All that good stuff. Even got a fancy tool for packing these. Wait till you see that. It's a treat everybody needs.
Yeah, that'll be when we put it together. They'll see that.
I used it one time. It changed my life.
Really?
Yep. Some nuts and bolts and some rubbers, because you got to have your rubber. Oh, wait, no. Those are just oh, those are lock nuts. Oh, lock nuts and bushings.
Once you use those rubbers, that'll change your life too.
Or if you don't use rubber, it'll change your life.
Yeah.
It came with like your grease, your high temp wheel bearing grease, which we're not going to use that. We'll just put that in the shelf, save it for later.
Yep, save it for later.
It also came with thread locker, but who honestly uses that?
Yeah, we're gonna do the right thing. And just,
cross thread it.
yeah, just cross thread it.
And I'm not entirely sure with these. I'm assuming there's some kind of brake pad clips, but I'm honestly not sure.
That's what it looks like. That's what I would
This is
assume.
brake pad hardware, so we'll find out when you go put it all together.
Yeah, brake pad hardware. Obviously clips in.
You got your dust shields, obviously.
The shields, you gotta have those
And your gaskets.
for your nice new rotors.
Yep. Probably a rubber thing so they don't rattle.
But the thing is, this car came with drums, so it'd be like a big upgrade to get disc on the front. It's like all the hardware, huh?
Yep. Dust caps, nuts, washers, cotter pins, bolts, self-tappers, slide pins, bolts, bleeder screws.
All the good stuff.
All the goodies. So I didn't open this one because if I do, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, there's a lot of hardware right there.
Oh, it's, yeah, the bags are usually labeled, so it'll tell you like what's in each one.
Caliper stuff?
Yep, caliper bracket bolts. Okay. This is where we get interesting.
Yeah, and it also came with tie rod ends. Huh?
It came with tie rod ends, but the tie rod ends are for a Granada because the spindles are for a Granada. So the outer tie rods aren't going to be the same as a 69 Mustang. So they sell these with it and makes your life easier.
Right, and we had already just bought a set of tie rod ends for the Mustang, right? So now we're going to have an extra set of those. So if you want those, you can buy them.
Yeah. Or we keep them, and that means we get another Mustang.
Yeah, you never know. Well, we'll have a hard enough time getting rid of this one eventually.
So these are the outer tie rods. We already have the inner, so.
Okay, so where's the goodies? No, this isn't everything.
Yeah, it is.
These are the, obviously you got the pads here. All the brake pads and some beautiful, stunning new rotors. Look at that. Got the fancy dancy lines engraved in them. Yep, those are guaranteed another 25 horsepower, I think. So yeah, the rotors, nice. Two of those. This is like a paper that tells everything that came with the kit. So I don't know. That's a lot. And it doesn't look like all that stuff's here, but I guess it could be. Okay. And here's the spindles. And once again, as Brando said, these are Granada spindles for the conversion kit. That's what we got. Came with Granada spindles, and we did prime and paint these. So you can see this got the CSRP on it there too. And the second one
I think
right
these
there.
are labeled left and right too.
Yep, I believe they are.
Right there.
Yep. Yeah, left and right.
So you
Okay.
don't put it on backwards.
So there's a nice shiny spindles. And why did we get new spindles for it? Because our original Mustang spindles were shot, and I believe they were all chewed up around the bearing where the bearing
where
sat.
the bearing seats right here, they had deep grooves. Your fingernail could catch them pretty hard. So
Yeah, they were all pretty much
they would've made
chafed.
some noise.
They were chafed and ruined. So there you have it. There's the brake kit.
All right, guys. So we're working on the Mustang disc brakes. Still, we got the spindles on. We got all that stuff. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our bearings and pack our bearings, tap the seals, and all that good stuff. So we're not gonna do it the old-fashioned way. We got this nifty tool here to make packing our bearings so much easier. So we're going to take our outer bearing, take that out, stick the bearing in. I don't think it really matters what way it goes in, so drop that down in, stick that down there. I can take it on the ground and step on it and smush it. Makes it easier. Yeah, look at that, that's packed. Oh yeah, that's way too much. Yep. See? Clean hands, right? Definitely, if you're gonna do a lot of these a lot of old cars with these types of bearings, I definitely recommend getting one of these. I've only used it a few times. We just got it not that long ago. I've only used it a few times, and I absolutely love it. Because you don't have to pack your hands full of grease, and you have to wipe your hands. I mean, you still gotta wipe your hands up, but you don't have the mess. Big of a mess to pick up. I like to coat the whole thing in it. But as you can see how it's coming out the back. That's how you pack your bearings. That's when you know your bearings are packed, especially when they're brand new, or if you're repacking your old ones, anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and plop that in place. Now I take the grease and take a little bit of that grease and rub it around that back where that seal is gonna go. Makes your installation process just a little bit easier. Plus you can get it off your fingers. So it's a win-win situation, right? Alright, so we're gonna take this, wipe our fingers off. Cause this is always a messy job, always. Alright, so we got our bearings. We got that outer bearing in, as you can see. And this seal is gonna go right up in here on this edge. So the seal is gonna sit just like that, but we're gonna tap it in. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I got a seal installer for this because I did the last one just by tapping it in and it just didn't go very well. So we're gonna. Yeah, you don't want your seal to go on crooked, so. But luckily I know how to fix it, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna fix it. There we go. Then you hear that thing made a different sound. When it switches that pitch it goes from that like deep thud to this high pitch like ting, that means it's installed all the way. So go ahead and pack the inners and get this on the car. For the road, we're gonna go ahead and pack our inners real quick. So just push down on this, keep turning it back and forth. All right, that's packed. Yep. All right, so we're gonna take. Then I always grab a new rag when I'm packing bearings. I always like to grab a new rag to set everything on, or at least these bearings till I'm ready to put them on, because you gotta get the rotor on and all that other good stuff. So I like to set them on a fresh new rag. We don't want to get any dirt in these that they don't need. So drop that in there. This one's actually a Blue Point. We got a really good deal on this one. That's the only reason that's a Blue Point one. So yeah, 10 out of 10 do recommend. Makes your life so much easier. Drink a soda while we're doing it. Fago, since you don't sponsor this channel, if you could do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Give you a shout out. Oh yeah, nice and packed, perfect. See, stick on it, stand on it, shimmy your foot a little bit, get a drink of your Fago. You're good to go. All right, pull that out. There you go. Oh yeah, look at that. She's mint. There we go. Nice new bearings. Bearings are packed. That's all there is to it. Nothing really that intense. Yep. They just call it the Easy Squeeze Blue Point Bearing Packer. Go ahead and take a look at that right there. They might not make this exact model anymore. I don't know. This one's pretty old, but I enjoy it quite heavily, and I 10 out of 10 do recommend getting one if you do a lot of these. So we got all our stuff out. Brought the old Easy Squeeze over here again because I'm gonna take some grease out of this to grease up the spindle a little bit before these bearings go in, because I don't like putting them on dry. This pushed up on there, like so. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. All right, see how we got these grooves in here, or these lines? That means this is the wrong side. Those lines have to go towards the front of the vehicle. So they should, so they should be going this way. The same way your wheel's gonna rotate when you're going forward. So this is actually the wrong side. This one's actually for the passenger side. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick move this one out of the way. And grab this one, because this is the right one right here. My enormous arms got it. So we're gonna take this, just like this, and go. Boop. Oh, that is actually a really good fit. Look at that. Okay. Anytime I put any kind of rotor on, I don't care what vehicle I'm working on, I always like to push it back or some kind and spin it and make sure I don't hear anything touched anywhere. So you know, it's just one less thing you gotta do later. Open up this. All right, so we're gonna take our inner bearing. That goes in this way. Shove that in there like so. We take our washer. Take that like so. Take our nut. Thread that on, just like so. Thread that on. There we go. I believe there is a torque spec for these, but I honestly can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest with you guys. Typically, I just tighten them up and you spin it, and you'll feel it get tighter until it like gets really tough to spin. Then your bearings are seated, then you back it off so much. But this is gonna look tits. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, there we go. We're gonna go ahead and go do the other side, and then we'll get the specs for this to get the bearings seated. On these bearings, you have to always, you tighten it. There's like a torque spec that's just like way higher than the final one, because that seats everything together and push it and puts it right where it belongs. And then you back it off, and then you have to like re-torque it to the other torque spec or something to that effect. Some are like foot-pounds, some are like turn it so many degrees, and some there's like a 3-step process to it. So it's just, it's a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the other side throwing. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and torque this side. The torque spec is 17 to 25 foot-pounds and spinning the rotor at the same time. There. So 17 to 25, okay. So we got our, I got mine set to 25 because we got all brand new stuff, so. She's turning hard. All right, so this is we back it off half a turn. Oh, let me do this way, the right way. Back it off half a turn. Be here. Yep. We're gonna switch and go to 10 to 15 inch-pounds is our next one, while spinning the rotor. So I want 10 to 15. So I'm gonna get my socket on here. This is 1 1/8 by the way, guys, just in case you're curious. All right, there we go, there's 15 inch-pounds. Our cotter pin, I like to tap. First, I like to take these and tap them. That's how I like to do it. Hello. Honestly, you can bend these however you want. I've seen people do them several, 15 plus different ways. Here. Take our dust cap and we're gonna tap that on, and we've got rotors. I think there's this. There we go. Got her. Oh yeah, that's what it was. It's just because it's new, it doesn't want to go in. Alright guys, we're putting the calipers and all that stuff on the passenger side, so we're going to go ahead and take these inside pad. It's going to slide in right through here. Sometimes on these pads you got to grind them on the edges to get them to fit in, but these ones we didn't have to, so. Slide in just like that. So that's going to go in like so. Then we're going to take our little rubbers. These are going to go in these holes right here. Might have to get a screwdriver to do this. I don't remember. If I can do it with my finger. There we go. Do it with my fingers. Pull that and pull it and push it at the same time. You don't want to tear it, so we're going to pull it and push it all together. There we go. Just like that. These are what your slide pins are going to go in. So we're going to go ahead and do the other one. Make sure the inner pad goes in first though, because you can see it's kind of a pain in the butt to do without it, so. Just like that. That's all you gotta do. See? Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and take our things, our caliper. We put the pads on. It's just little pins that go up through, and then you put the clips on. I mean, it's pretty simple. There's nothing to it really. These little metal tabs, I'm gonna get one stuck on. That'll bring you in and show you how they go. But they go on and they hold the brake pad down. It's kind of a definitely a different design, that's for sure. Get that started. Okay. Bring you guys in here, show you what we're doing. So these clips, they've got a hole. There's a bolt there. That bolt goes there. And there's like a little tab in here that it goes in. And it just holds the pad down, that's all it does. So make sure those go in the holes and everything. I mean, it's a really nice kit that we got here for the Mustang. Really nice kit. I'm gonna go ahead and position this. There we go. They did a very good job on this kit. I'm impressed with it. I mean, it literally comes with everything. I haven't had to customize anything yet, so. So far, everything's been a direct bolt in and bolt on, so. That's why I like to leave the tie rods disconnected till the very end. So turn it, move it, do whatever I want with it. It just turns easier. We're gonna get our ratchet, tighten these up. They don't need to be like extremely tight, but you want to strip the holes out. Perfect. Now we need to get our caliper shield, which I think I left up there. Yep, I did. So that's cool. Alright, well, I'm going to set the caliper on anyway. Get the full effect. Caliper goes on, slides on just like so. And bada bing, bada boom. Alright, we got it. Alright, so this caliper shield just goes on the back of the caliper here. Actually, I take this back. I had it mocked up. It has to go over the caliper first, because it goes right through the brake hose area. Right there. That goes on like so. Just like that. This had to go on first before the caliper goes on. I do remember that now. Caliper slides on. Like shoe. Position this right where she's gonna fall in place. Oh, nope, there it goes. Oh, that was easy. Start the bottom bolts. There's bolts all over in this thing for all this stuff. It comes with comes with every bolt you need, every bolt adapter so far. Get our slide pins. I like to put a little grease on the slide pins before they go in because you don't want to get them seized up, so we're going to take our bolts and stick it in there like so. Get a little bit on it and I'm going to slide it into place. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright. There's that one. Take our little bit of grease. There we go. You don't want to get too much. You get too much and it like literally will not go in the rubber at all. So you still want it to be able to go in the rubber. So there we go. And I take these and that's all there is to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in here and show you the bolts on the back of the caliper. So we got our slide pins here, and down here's where the shield bolts on. There's just that little silver bolt right there. There's one right here and one right here. And see, this is gonna tuck up under the brake hose area. So your brake hose is gonna come out this way or this way. I got to see which way they were out. And yeah, so there you have it. And then there's your Mustang disc brake conversion. Now it's just lines and hoses and a master. We're taking the master cylinder off the Mustang right now. This front line right here is a 5/8. I already cracked these free real quick to make sure I was going to like cut them or anything. So we just got to, ooh, that one might have to get cut. Nope, there we go, she broke free. So we're going to go ahead and take these lines off. The first one's a 5/8. Oh, I take it back. The back one is a 1/2 inch. So if you have a car with factory disc brakes, it's going to be a little bit different for you probably. Might not be the same size fittings. Or so I might have changed these ones already. This one off. Sorry for the angle. This is like the best we can do for the time being. Doing the master. It's all the way back on the firewall, so that's cool. But this is for ow. I just got to disconnect it from the inside of the car, but I'll bring you guys in and show you what we're working with here. So you can see we pulled our 2 bolts, one there, and you can see the master cylinder stuck on that push rod. Push rod, I believe, has a rubber bushing on it or something that pops it in place, so it stays there pretty tough. So it's probably just seized up, but we're putting a new master on it. Our kit came with a new push, or a new push rod. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the push rod off the brake pedal, and yeah. So basically for the most part, that's how you remove your master cylinder out of your '69 Mustang. So we're back up under the hood. We're gonna go ahead and install this master cylinder. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my socket out for installing this thing. Since I forgot to bring home my battery powered ratchet, so we got the master cylinder, a new one for our disc brake conversion, and it comes with this. This is your proportioning valve, and you see it bolts to this plate, and then it just bolts up right there, right behind it. Nothing really fancy, but it's got lines. It comes with pre-bent lines for your in and your outs and all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get this installed, and then we'll work on getting all the lines routed. So I'm gonna try my best not to plug this off completely. You guys can still see, but I can't make any promises here because this is kind of a pain in the butt. Not that it's hard, it's just in a bad spot. There's that. So I just gotta grab my socket and tighten it down real fast. There we go. We'll take our ratchet and might not be able to get a very good bite. Damn it! Can't get a good bite on this thing at all. Son of a biscuit. Go ahead and pull these plugs out of here though. I didn't bother bench bleeding this. Let me tell you why. Because then you're like, but Brandon, why didn't you bench bleed it, right? Because we're doing this is an entirely new brake, so nothing on this is original anymore. So everything's brand new. It's really not that big of a deal, I don't think, personally. I gotta bleed the brakes anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it all in one shot, make my life easier, I think. But if you want to go ahead and bench bleed it, go ahead. I ain't going to stop you. Master cylinder installed.